Hello and good day everyone. Welcome to my channel, Teatime and Spells. My name is Melissa, and in today's video we're going to be doing a review / comparison video between MakeMarket's Halloween Cocktails mini kit versus Diamond Art Club's mini Dazzle Dragon kit. These are both mini kits, these are both partials, but they're from two different companies. And we're going to kind of review each one, kind of compare a little bit, and kind of go over the pros and cons. So if that sounds interesting for you, then go ahead and grab yourself some snacks, maybe a cup of tea, and let's go compare. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off with Diamond Art Club's Mini Dazzle Dragon set. This is a set of 6 4x6 inch partial canvases, and they came in 6 different versions of little dragons, and these were all fairy dust drills. So if we take a look, you can see them sparkle and shimmer. It's actually a lot easier on a darker one. Yeah, there you go, you can see them really sparkle and shimmer. I did not realize that Diamond Art Club, when it came to their mini Dazzles, uses special drills. So this was a really fun surprise for me. And as you can see, these were all squares. Oh, this one was gorgeous. I love these. And then, of course, we had the baby. Oh, I loved doing this one. So this was one that I had purchased, I want to say it was like less than 20 bucks, like maybe $19 or something off the Diamond Art Club. So it was not a pricey one. This was one of those add-on ones where you need to get above $75 for free shipping. So I went ahead and grabbed this one, especially since I knew in my mind that I wanted to purchase a mini set to work on while I was traveling out to California to see family. And this set fit the bill. This was a lot of fun. I was very silly and did not kit it up before I left. So I was on the plane to California, and my sister was right next to me, and we're over here trying to kit it up into little baggies, and I forgot to grab scissors. So I ended up using, of all things, because I brought tweezers, I used the sharp end of these tweezers to rip open each of the bags. Surprisingly, I did not spill any of the drills. So we kitted up this kit on the plane, which was hilarious. And then after it was kitted up, I'm like, all right, let's get started. Let's go place drills on this. I placed down 2 drills and I got sick. I have never been motion sickness or like got flight sickness, anything like that. Like, I don't get nauseated being on ships or on planes or anything, but when I went to try to place drills on these, I got so sick. So I did not do any diamond art painting on the plane. All of these were done when I was staying with family at their house, which I got a lot of compliments. I got a lot of people who were very curious about the whole craft. I might have converted a few, so, you know, that's always exciting. But a lot of them were just really, really interested in just what I was doing in particular. You know, a lot of my older aunts were like, oh my God, I couldn't do that, just trying to see the itty bitty little symbols. But overall, this was so much fun. I got it done in like 3 days. I started like on August 2nd, and I finished on August 4th. So I had finished all of these up, and then I wanted to look for another kit to do while I was out there, and that's where Michael's and their kits come in. But before I go over there and review that one, a couple things I want you to kind of make note of, okay? So this was the grid field with Diamond Art Club. As you can see, Diamond Art Club adhered to a very straight pixel charted type of grid where it was very meticulous. Every square, it followed a grid line. That is very important to note because Michael's MakeMarket kits do not. And I really, really enjoyed this. I was surprised at the fact that they were squares, but I loved the finished product with the squares because it really helped fill in all that detail. And I was very impressed with how much detail you actually got in such a small little figure. Like you could tell, like right here, obviously it's going to be more jagged instead of round because you can't do round, but they did it so well. Oh, I love it. And I love the fact that this had like a really nice green border. Diamond Art Club calls these frame ready, and that's what these are. These can go in a nice frame. I'm actually looking at purchasing a small photo frame for all the small ones because these are so stinking cute. So all in all, 5 stars. Drill quality was amazing. In fact, I had a ton of drills left over, and they're all fairy dust, which is really nice because now I've got extras for in case I want to bling out any future projects or if I ever run out. So all in all, loved them. They were so cute, and I believe they had names. They did. So we got to say hello to Clyde, Spike, Rex, Rory, Lark, and Pip. Who do you think's Pip? My guess is this. My guess this is Pip. Who would Clyde be? Ooh. You know, this guy looks like a Clyde. And then a Spike. Ah, it's gotta be him with the spikes, right? Let's see, who do we have? Rex? Rex. Maybe Rex is this guy. We got him as maybe Pip. So that leaves us with Rory and Lark. This looks like a Rory. This looks like a Lark. Who knows? But overall, very, very cute set. Absolutely would highly recommend. They were just really fun and very, very quick actually, but thoroughly enjoyed it, especially if you wanted just something snack size, something as like a palette cleanser in between larger projects. These were an absolute joy to work on. So 5 out of 5 stars. Let's move on to the MakeMarket kits. All right, so we're moving on to MakeMarket's Halloween cocktail partial kits. Now, first thing you'll notice is that there's 4 of them instead of 6, but they're larger. These are 5 by 7s. And as you can see, they definitely do not take up the entire image. These are also, for the most part, frame ready. I mean, as soon as you're done with these, you could definitely put them in a 5 by 7 frame and be good to go. They don't really have a decorative border, but it's a nice canvas and it works really well. And you got some fun spooky signage that you could do. So these ones are Michael's brand, which is MakeMarket. And the cost was $14.99 US or $21.99 Canadian. I did not pay that because when you go to Michael's, you always pay with a coupon. And I was able to snag, gosh, I want to say it was like 15 or 20% off. It was a really good deal, which is why I made out with a heck of a haul. But this one was one that I had first seen on Katie, Diamonds and Washi's channel, and I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to grab a couple more to do during the Halloween season in between my big boys that I'm going to be working on as kind of like a nice refresher. So what did we actually get with Michael's? So with Michael's, you got yourself like a fun little tray and you had the fun pin. You also got special, let me grab it, special color coordinating wax, which is also very fun. And then of course you got like your baggies and I think that was about it. So you got everything you needed with this. I did splurge and I did purchase Michael's coordinating pin. This is orange. It does glow in the dark. Not that I've seen it glow in the dark because I don't paint in the dark, but you know, it was fun and it matched the theme. So, couple things to know. These are circle, which worked out really well because the next thing you'll notice immediately is that this is freestyle. So as somebody who loves to work on a very strict guide and grid and likes to make everything line up just perfectly, this drove me insane. Especially since I worked on this right after the dragon one. So the dragons, were everything lined up on a grid, and this was very much freestyle. I kind of went a little nuts. This took me longer than the dragons because I had to take a break from it. Because I had done it too soon after the dragon one, and I was kind of going a little crazy with the placement of the circles. I needed to take a bit of a break, and I worked on this for a couple days out in California. Then when I got home, I took a bit of a break, and I think a week later, I went back and I finished all of them kind of in one sitting. Part of the reason why is because I wasn't able to kit up these, which made the whole process very slow. I have kind of my own routine and my own system. But the other one was you needed to be kind of in a different frame of mind to freestyle all of this. Knowing that, I would probably never buy any of those block projects or like the little gingerbread houses or the figurines. Nah, I won't ever buy any of that because it would drive me crazy. I love the images though. Like these are so much fun. I mean, look at this. It's like a ghosty lavender iced tea. Like to me, that screams lavender iced tea. That is so cute. And look at the detail. Like it was an awesome choice to go with this for Michael's. And because it's freestyle, you can really get kind of that more cylinder round shape. So I get and understand and completely agree with the reason why they went freestyle and with rounds. It's just I needed to be in a different frame of mind to do them. But this one, this one's probably my favorite. This one might be my second. Ooh, it's hard because this one was really cute too. I mean, look at the eyeball. That's one thing, like these had eyeballs and you could tell they're eyeballs. Bones and eyeballs. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol. So I have no idea what these are supposed to be. Like this one I think is supposed to be some sort of martini. Maybe this is like a Long Island iced tea. Maybe a margarita or a sangria. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. What, like gin and tonic maybe? I have no clue. I wish I was a little bit more knowledgeable in mixology just so I could kind of pinpoint. Like this one definitely screams martini just because of the glass, but, and like this one is like, yeah, definitely like a margarita or like a sangria maybe. I have no clue. I did like the witch's hat though. So like these were really fun, and I think the larger size definitely allowed you to get a little bit more detail for that. So all in all, very good. Drills. So these were just your regular round drills. Nothing out of the ordinary. They don't really sparkle or anything because they don't have any faucets on them. Like they're smooth and round. So that is definitely one point for Diamond Art Club, is that their rounds are faceted and they sparkle a lot. Like I'm looking at my round one that's hanging up in my room, and I mean she sparkles just sitting there just straight. This reminds me a lot of like those beginner ones that you learn how to diamond paint on first. Glue was great. Glue was great on both, by the way. Had no issues with the glue. I really didn't have very much issues with trash for either one. These were good. And honestly, it was so much fun, and Michael's gets a point for this. You can walk into a Michael's store and see a whole collection of diamond art. Not just their seasonal stuff, a whole collection. In fact, they had like their summer stuff like 50 to 75% off. It was an amazing sale. So that was so much fun. Like I miss being able to walk into a store and see stuff that you could just buy. I miss that. And that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to go into Michael's, because I wanted to experience like just being able to see a whole row full of diamond paintings. That was a lot of fun. And I got to pick and choose what I wanted. I really, really had a good time, and I definitely went a little overboard. Got a few things. My luggage was completely full. So my plan is I have two more of these kits. and I enjoy them. So I'm looking forward to the other two. And I would like to work on, because they're all kits of 4. They're 4 5x7s. I want to work on one kit every 2 weeks in October. That way I have kind of, like I said, a little palette cleanser, because I'm going to be working on 3 larger whips, and these will be just like a nice little let's take a break and work on something small kind of a thing, because you know, those little itty bitty breaks and little successes can really help rejuvenate you and get you going through some of your longer whips. So what would I rate this for stars? 4.5. And the only reason why it would be half is because of the fact that the freestyle really got to me. That's the only reason. Everything else was great. Price point, this is really good, but it's the freestyle that really got to me. So, but other than that, I would highly recommend you look at Michaels. Michaels had several of these mini kits. So many, and they had so many fun little projects. Oh, definitely take a look at your local Michaels. If there's one thing that Michaels does better than Diamond Art Club, look at that. They created a whole line just for Halloween. Diamond Art Club needs to take some hints. They need to take some notes, and they need to be like, hey, here's our Halloween 2025 line. Believe me, I think we would all be buying it up. So all in all though, both wonderful companies, both were fun to work on, both were different. Like, it wasn't a carbon copy. These were 2 very different diamond art styles and 2 different types of methods, 2 different types of drills. And they were both awesome in their own right. So I loved exploring other companies, and now I really want to take a look at some other companies like Pretty Little Gym and Carrot US, or Carrot, they're Deutsch. I think it's just Carrot Art, because they have a lot of mini sets as well. I want to take a look at everybody else's. I want to try them all, because this was fun. You have to get into a frame of mind, but if you are more freestyle, you will love these ones probably than Diamond Art Club. But all in all, great. Lots and lots of fun. So that's kind of it. That's my review / comparison. Which one do you think you would prefer? Would you prefer the straight grid guidelines, or would you prefer more freestyle like this so you can get more of those fun angles and those kinds of styles? Which one would you prefer? Let me know in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for me for this video. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!